Hello, everyone, and welcome to my beer channel, Hades Beer Corner, with me, Haiti, and Alfred. Alfred here is a Moomin ancestor and has a familial relation to Bertil, my main channel's co-host, one of the two. I highly recommend checking out my main channel. Links are in the description box down below. And before you move on, please like and subscribe. So today we will be talking about oatmeal stout, and this beer in particular, Innis and Gunn Irish whiskey cask oatmeal stout from Scotland. Next, we'll discuss what stout is, the bit of history, and why it's different from porter. Stout is a dark top fermented beer with a number of variations, including dry stout, oatmeal stout, like this particular brew we are handling today, and milk stout and imperial stout. I've talked about um, several excellent um, imperial stouts on my channel, and that those videos you can go check out after after this video. So the first known use of stout in English language for beer is in a document from the 1600s, dated to 1677 in the Egerton manuscript, and it referred to a certain strength of the beer. Among the beer industry, the name porter was first used in 1721 in English language to describe a dark brown beer because of huge popularity of porters. Brewers made them in quite a variety of strengths. The stronger beers, typically around 7 and 8% alcohol by volume, were called stout porters. So the history of stout and porter are intertwined, and the term stout has become firmly associated with dark beer, just the stronger end of the beer. But there are these two types of beers are very distinct, and it has been brought to my attention that porters are all but gone from England. But I've been told this, but I couldn't verify it from any independent source. So oatmeal stout is a stout with a proportion of oats along with barley, typically a maximum of 30% added during the brewing process. Even though the larger portion of oats in a beer can lead to a bitter or a bit bitterish or similarly unpleasant taste during even regardless that in the medieval times in Europe, oats were commonly a common ingredient in ale and all kinds of alimentary products, and the proportions up to 35 were a standard in many places. Despite, however, despite in some areas of Europe, like Norway, still sticking to the use of oats until early 20th century. The practice of using oats and making oatmeal stout had all but died out in most of continental Europe by the 16th century. So much so that some Tudor time sailors in the early 1500s, some of them refused to drink oat beer offered to them because the taste was bitter. As stated earlier, the oats in beer make it a bit dry, unpleasant, and dry and bitter. As usual with these older beer types, there has been some attempts to revive it. Um, there was especially towards the end of the 1800s, when some supposedly restorative um, later milk that were later milk stout came out as milk stouts were attempted, but because, well, some health associations said that porridge is good for your health. Okay, porridge is good for your gut, but having that extra fiber, but in but that was those weren't very successful to my knowledge. Uh, but in the 20th century, many oatmeal stouts have um, contained a very small amount of oats, down to roughly 0.5% uh, used in Barclay Perkins Oatmeal Stouts by 1936. Some speculated that oat that starting in 1950s, some breweries started brewing the somewhat uh, correctly the oatmeal stout, but for example, Brickwoods in Portsmouth, England, but there is some some say was the oatmeal was gone by 1977, um, but as we know, it's a big thing, you know. Oatmeal um, stout is really a thing. Well, it's clearly clearly manufactured today, and there's at least two oatmeal stouts available, two in Finland, and this is one of the two that I managed to obtain from a local liquor store. Well, probably to nobody's surprise, oatmeal stouts still do not really taste specifically of oats. There's always this smoothness to a stout. Like if you've ever tried Guinness, it's Guinness stout. It's very smooth, and many other stouts are also really, the taste is smooth and the feeling is smooth. Uh, but the smoothness in oatmeal stouts comes from the high content of proteins that comes from the oats that it contains, and lipids and gums imparted by the use of oats. And then there's some viscosity in, with the chemistry. But let's go to the tasting. So this beer has been aged in Irish whiskey Cask, as it says on the bottle there. It doesn't really focus, but it says this beer is Irish whiskey cask matured to unlock natural hints of vanilla, coffee, and dark chocolate, aged 51 days. Okay, there's the and the head is firm, uh, which I would expect from a stout, and it's really black. It's like really dark, really black. It's coffee, coffee hints of coffee. Mm. Taste is very rounded. There's coffee, dark, black coffee, unsweetened coffee. Um, there's a very slight hint of taste, hinting taste of whiskey. It comes from the barrel, I would assume. Maybe raisin, vanilla. Yes, it's very vanilla and dark chocolate. Uh, the smell is vanilla, clearly, and a bit of coffee, and it's really good. Mm. Wow. This is 10 out of 10. Really good. I highly recommend. Um, Innis and Gunn Irish whiskey cask is a Scottish brewery made in Scotland. So really good. 10 out of 10. And thank you very much for watching. I have been Haiti here on Hades Beer Corner, and this is Alfred, my co-host. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up, subscribe, and like. Bye bye.